Hi, my name is Solomon, and today I'll be guiding you through this Lappy tutorial. Today's tutorial will be about invoke nodes and property nodes. Invoke nodes are used to perform actions on a node. An example of an action done by an invoke node is the reinitialize to default method, which will initialize the node to its default value. The property node is used to get or set properties on a node. An example of a property set by a property node is the disabled property, which disables the control until it gets the order to enable it again. Disabling a node will not let you use that control on the front panel. Let me now show you how to use these functions to create a better BI. Okay, here we have a BI in which we have a while loop. Inside the while loop we have a string control, a empty constant to with which we compare that control that we just have, and the check-in indicator, which will show us what do we have in our control. Now we want to create a login application in which we will check if the check-in is equal to the login password. To do that, we will use the property node and the invoke nodes functions that we just talked about previously. So let's start by first creating a while loop in which we'll have a case structure and a sequence structure. Now let's create a sequence structure. Let's create a constant here in the conditional terminal. And add another frame. Add a timing function for the while loop to run 10 times per second. Now, you don't want, well, doesn't really matter, but in this case we will not care if the password has capitalized letters or not, so we'll use the to lowercase. So everything that is put into the controller will be read as a non-capital letter or character. Now we will use the equal function to check if the input is equal to the password, which will be hello. Now we'll create a case structure which will decide or will perform several actions depending on whether the password was correct or not. If the password is not correct, which means that this comparison has a false value, then we will use the reinitialize to default function, which will set the check-in controller back to its default value, which is an empty string. So let's right click the controller, go to create, invoke node, and click on reinitialize to default. Place it and you're done. Now let's check so you can see how it will behave. Since I'm not inputting the right value, which is hello, this will just simply go back to the beginning of the while loop, which is when it's asking for an input. Now, to get it this way, you just go to properties, and in appearance, in display style, you just click password, so all of the characters will look like password dots. You can put it to normal just for a second so you can see. Be the same thing. Let's get it back to password. It's not necessary, but since it's a password login application, you want it to be in password. Now back to the block diagram. Now we're gonna go to the true case, which is whenever you have the right password, which is hello. Now, first of all, you want, let's create a case structure. Okay. If your login is right, you want the check-in controller to be disabled. So right click, go to create, and go to property node and click on disabled. Change to right, and if you click Ctrl H, you can see what inputs you have to give to this function in order to get several results. For example, if you have a constant of 0, you will get it enabled, 1 disabled, and 2 disabled and grayed out. In this example, we're going to use disable and grayed out, so we'll create a constant with an integer of 2. Now, we wanted to simulate, that is, waiting and checking if the input is right, so we add a frame and we place in the first frame the wait millisecond function with 3000, which is 3 seconds. Now in the next frame we go to the dialog and user interface and get the one button dialog function. Create a constant which will be what the message will be, and we will type you have logged on successfully. We create a while loop, which means that this message will be shown until the user clicks OK. Now in the next frame we use the disable function with an input of 0, so the controller can be, it's enabled again, so you can use it. Then you add another frame and you use the reinitialize to default value. So now our application should be done and we should be able to use it properly. If we get another, let's say I'm gonna type hi, it's not right. When I type hello, I'm gonna type it all caps. It's gray out, I cannot do anything. Then it says you have logged on successfully. Whenever I click on OK, the while loop will stop. It will enable again the controller and then reinitialize the controller to its value default. And that's how you use your invoke and property nodes. This will conclude this tutorial. Thank you for watching.